Alright. And in this period, have you ever noticed any tics that are more like sounds, like doing a or any no noises that come with them? It's just the face expressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do know earlier in the year she had picked a major scalp infection called tinea cutis, and she was on very strong antibiotics for like 6 weeks or so.
When was it more or less?
December, January.
Okay.
I mean, it was really severe. I mean, her hair is still like trying to grow back. It was the most gross, painful thing. She picked just, even her body apparently reacted so badly, and so from some of the things people have told me, it could be that. Last year she had a major tonsillitis. Could it be pandas? I don't know. What do I know? That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So, kind of, usually we'll notice that with pandas, kids will have also like behavior problems. When was her tonsillitis?
That was July last year.
Okay.
She was actually in London on her way to Kenya,
Okay.
and she had serious strep.
Strep throat.
Yeah, so she had to be. So when she got to Kenya, she had to go to the hospital and antibiotics. I mean, her throat was like completely like closed. With that major infection. So, but she's been good. She doesn't have behavior, so she's in school. She's fun, right, Coco? She loves school. She loves activity a little bit too much. I don't think she's on the hyperactive anything normally.
How has she been doing as far as school?
She's great. I mean, she's pre-K, just twice a week. She loved it. She very social, makes a lot of friends. And she loves her teacher. She's a party girl. You like parties?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What sort of party are you doing? Tattoo parties.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I've been put through that. You can tell.
Yeah.
My tattoos
That's
are
the
going
core.
away.
I go for bright colors.
My tattoos are going away.
You new ones, actually fine.
We
This is
can.
not a tattoo.
That's not. I know. It's just a sticker.
Sticker.
You're gonna keep it on. It just means they checked you to make sure your temperature's up.
Just put it right here.
Okay,
Don't
that's
let it
fine.
go over here.
Okay.
And so, who lives at home?
Just me and her and my niece for now. Her brother is in Pennsylvania.
And I always ask, is that involved?
No, and unfortunately, he lives in UK. I don't know much about his family medical history. Yeah.
And as far as you know, any history on either side of the family of tics, seizures, learning problems?
At least my family, no, none of those, and I took them on the phones. Nothing was applicable, none whatsoever. So this was just shocking.
Yeah.
You've been waiting there patiently, huh?
You're wonderful.
Thank you.
You're my favorite today, sweetie pie. And I don't just say that. And aside from, the tinea throat infection, and I saw back in 2016.
Personality?
Exactly. And if that were to ever develop, then there would be a use for starting a medication to suppress the tics.
But what caused them? Like,
We don't have a
because she sleeps a straight 10, 12 hours. Why would a kid be stressed?
No, I'm not saying that she is stressed. I'm just saying
You know what I
that,
mean?
yeah, those are the things that can bring about tics and aren't necessarily causing the tics. So the best way that I can describe a tic is like a habit. Like whenever you're, like take for example, tapping your feet or biting your nails.
Okay, yeah.
You don't know why you do these things, but you just
Yeah.
know that it feels better whenever you do these things.
Yeah, she used to be a nail biter,
Yeah.
right? Too much?
Yeah, so it's like a habit, and whenever you perform the tic, then you feel better. It relieves some sort of sense of anxiety.
So is it deliberate?
Is it what?
Deliberate?
Said
Is it deliberate? Like, because you're comparing it with biting nails, but she doesn't control, she doesn't know it's happening. Or...
Right. I'm just trying to give you an example of it being kind of like a habit. That's the best way that I can describe it. But you're right, sometimes you can't control the tics, and whenever you try to control them, then it doesn't feel very good.
So what is that compared to the tics of Tourette's?
So Tourette's is a diagnosis based on having both motor and verbal tics. So if you have movements and you have vocalizations, and I think Dr. Schweig was asking about if she has any sounds.
No, she doesn't.
That would be considered Tourette's. So by definition, she doesn't have Tourette's. She just has what's called motor tics.
Motor tics, okay.
Yeah, and most kids, they end up outgrowing it. And again, if she ever comes to you and says, I don't like the way this feels, or it's very distressing to her, then there may be a role in starting a medication to try to stop that.
Is there behavioral intervention? Or if we ever came to that before medication?
Yeah, there are. There's specific therapists that you can see that do what's called habit reversal therapy, or teach kids how to try not to have these tics.
Like redirect or something?
Exactly, like coping mechanisms or relaxation techniques, so that when they feel the tics coming on, they can redirect themselves and try to avoid having them. But I usually don't recommend this unless it becomes debilitating in her life.
Okay, I mean, she acts normal. I just it seemed to bother me more than her.
Yeah.
Because most times she's doing her kids stuff, but then I observe them, or she says, "Mom, the tics are back," or
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it's nothing needing MRI, or you guys don't recommend.
No.
Okay.
If we got an MRI on her, it would be normal.
Okay.
And if we got an EEG, it would also be normal as well. These aren't seizures, and these aren't indicative of some underlying brain disturbance.
Okay.
All right. So I think she can just follow up with her pediatrician, and if things get really worse with the tics, where it is debilitating, then just call and reschedule with me.
Okay, so that signal, it's not from her brain, you say, or is it mostly in the facial muscles only?
No.
Or?
We think it is. We think it starts in the brain, but at a microscopic level.
Okay. Okay.
So you have, and I don't want to get too much in detail here, but you have dopamine in your body, and whenever you
feel me good.
What's that?
Feel good.
The feel good neurotransmitter.
Okay.
And so we think at a very microscopic level that tics and habits, things like the habits and tics and things that feel good releases dopamine, and so when that starts to happen, then it becomes a routine or a habit, and so you do it over and over again to receive that dopamine. That's what we think is the issue with tics. But it doesn't mean that she's going to have any intelligence problems or development problems, and many kids have that. We do know that it is associated with OCD and anxiety and ADHD. Not to say she's going to develop those things, but just something to keep the lookout for.
Okay.
All right. Well, nice to meet you, and
You want to tell the doctor thank you?
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me. You're not gonna run, okay? It's a hospital. Let's go. Right, let's go. We have seen the neurologist. It is the Choc Children Hospital.
Mom, we're going down.
Okay, let me touch it. Okay, yeah, you can use your elbow. Oh, okay. Use the back of your finger. That's smart. So, that was a good appointment, right? The doctor says you're good. All right? Did you hear that? Did you hear what the doctor said? Come on, let's go. Doctor says we're good for now. We're gonna go
There's a
to
hole right here.
lobby. There's a hole?
There's a hole.
Oh, okay, don't touch. Let's not be touching surfaces, okay? We're going to keep our hands to ourselves. Alright, that was a good appointment. Thank you. We going out the same way?